Ever sat there after reading or watching absolute peak fiction and you thought to yourself, I want to make stories too. But when you try to put pen to paper, your mind goes blank and then the page you kind of write your idea on. Well, my friend, that's what I'm here for. Coming from the deepest depths of Africa, where ads don't exist on YouTube. To tell you how to solve that very problem, so sit back, relax, and let's dive nose first, but booty deep in this. The first tip I have is to take from other stories.
But Paul, I thought you're teaching us how to come up with original story.
Look, I get it. You want to come up with something that no one else has ever seen before and have all the large manga reviewers singing praises about you. But like a wise man said, nothing is 100% original and nothing is 100% unoriginal. So what's the harm in taking certain concepts from stories that you like? Emphasis on more than one story, unless you want your manga to be getting copycat allegations. And we all know we don't like that. I mean, look at Jujutsu Kaisen. It's very similar to Bleach in certain concepts, certain powers, but takes other concepts from other stories like Naruto and had its own special spice to it. And hey, look at so many people there giving it the good old hot. That means I'll be dead by the time this video's out, but still, you have to admit, people been gawking that manga, except everything after Gojo got split and the ending. But we don't talk about that here, okay? That's a topic for a whole different discussion. But taking certain things like the idea of the monsters that lurk in the shadows, certain character dynamics, and to form sort of a loose skeleton of an idea, and start adding more and more things to this skeleton, more or less adding more meat to your skeleton, making this idea your body. You understand? Straight away from the skeleton that you built up on your own and building an entirely different one of your own. When I say other stories, I don't just mean stories from manga and anime, your comfort zone, but going out of the medium of manga and anime can also widen your perspective on what kind of stories you as an aspiring writer can tell. As a piece of advice, I would tell you to go watch videos on mythology, and not just mythologies like Norse and Greek, because those are very common, those are very overdone in various different media and media in general. You could even go into other certain mythos like African mythology, plug in the motherland, you know what I'm saying? And try experiment with different concepts and even with history, but you'd probably handle that one with a little more care because that can offend a lot of people. However, that could give your manga some publicity, but not in a good way. If not done carefully, it can damage your precious creation's name. And let's be honest, nobody wants that for any reason they spend so much time and energy creating. Now, before we go to the next tip, please subscribe to my channel. It gives me another reason not to download tools out of the back of my drawer. And if you like the video so far, you know what to do. And show that bell icon some crisp, breezy action excited so that you get notified the next time you hear my sexy voice. Or not, and you just hit the video. In that case, just give it all a dislike. In fact, just leave me a comment, a hateful comment right here. But if you do like it, thumbs up, please. And share this video to anyone who's struggling with the same problem. Now, with that out of the way, let's go to the next tip. Number 2, prompts. So, if you don't know what that is, don't worry, my beautiful child. I'll tell you. So, a prompt in storytelling is basically a word or phrase that should ignite an idea. On the screen there should be some examples of prompts you could use that I typed out myself. Now these are mostly used in manga competitions so that manga competitors have an ignition of an idea on what they're supposed to create on. But I don't have that much experience in that, so I can't really talk about manga competitions. For example, I could use the word space as a prompt to give you a better understanding. You could come up with an idea about a war in space over rebels and an empire, or you could come up with a story about a wandering bounty hunter who goes from planet to planet, meeting new different other people and all that stuff. You know, a wandering hero. Or it doesn't even have to be about outer space. You could be just a slice of life about the lives of animals or organisms that live in between spaces, you know, cockroaches. I mean, who doesn't want to hear a story about how I reincarnated as a cockroach? That's gonna be a banger isekai. You won't see that next season. And you don't always have to stick with the idea you came up with from the prompt you use. Well, unless you're entering a manga competition things can be different because that word's there for you to use in your story. But if you're posting on somewhere like Manga Plus Creators where you have complete creative freedom of what you're going to write, you can probably stray from that idea because at the end of the day, we're trying to spark an idea. We're trying to give you something. You don't have to stick with it, and over time, you can evolve it into different things. But I prefer you not go into the planning stage for too long, otherwise you'll never make that manga that you want to make, and you'll be just like, but you know what? I'll make a video. You know what? I'm gonna make a video about that. About how to get at the planning stage. However, if you're just trying to make a story and post on somewhere like Manga Plus Creators, you can afford to twist and turn your idea and become something that's completely different. And you can just make that final product of the molding and amalgamation of different ideas that you came up with on the fly and make that into your final product of your manga. However, you might not want to stay in the planning process for too long. Otherwise, you'll never actually make that manga. You feel me? And that's something I have way too much experience on, so I can actually make a video of that and how to help get out of that. So if you want me to talk about it or how to solve that problem, I'll definitely make a video about it in the future. Now moving on to the next and last tip for this video, and it is taking from life experiences. Now, we've all had unique life experiences, unless you're a bum, an iPad kid. But even if you're an iPad kid, you could probably still stories about, I don't know, what the kids talk about nowadays? Being the mirror, skipping the toilet, is that even still relevant? And if you are a bum, then I sent you that 60 seconds of grass touch. But you thought I was gonna say no, did you? Hell no. In fact, I think some of your guys saw this evaporated from your body. The mere mention, the mere uttering of that word, grass. I'm so stupid. Anyway, let's get on with it. I digress. You could use some of your own life experiences for your stories, like a game you and your friends made up as a kid, some crazy event that happened in your life. You could even merge these different pieces of your life to give birth to an idea for your own manga. And that, my friend, is a whole video topic on itself. With that being said, that brings you to the end of the video. And as I said before, like the video and show me that you enjoy it. Comment down what you would like to see from me, and subscribe to help me as I start my YouTube journey. And with that all being said, it's your boy from Africa. Peace.